Hello everyone. In this video we're going to be doing LeetCode problem 252, which is meeting rooms. So this is an easy problem, and it states given an array of meeting times intervals, where intervals I equals the start and end time, determine if a person could attend all meetings. So in example 1 here, we have these three intervals, and the first interval covers 0 to 30, which there's no way you can attend 5 and 10 and 50 and 20 when this one encompasses both those meeting times, or overlaps. So that's false. Now here we have 7 and 10 and 2 and 4. Now you can definitely go to the 2 to 4 meeting before you go to the 7 and 10. So that is true. And to code this is actually fairly straightforward. So they give us the array of arrays called intervals, and we're going to pass back a Boolean true or false. The first thing we want to do is sort these intervals, sort these arrays. And the syntax for that is basically you pass in the intervals and then you call the comparator's comparing int method. And that passes in an int array, and this is lambda expression. So this is basically just the syntax that you need to learn for the comparing int method, or the method. Starts at A0 and it's going to loop through and compare everything. So just by running this one command, we'll sort all these intervals. Then we need to loop through the intervals that are now sorted. So basically, if the interval at position 0, so we're going to start with I equals 0. So if the position 1, which is basically the meeting, this end time, is greater than the start time of the meeting right after it, then you're going to return false, because you can't end the meeting before you start the next one. Or, yeah, you can't start the next meeting while the first meeting is still going on. Otherwise, we're going to return true. And that is pretty much the entire method. Fairly straightforward. Let's debug this, and I'll show you exactly how this works. So I did the first example, 0 to 30, 15, 20, and 5 to 10. So we pass that in. You'll notice the first thing it does, so look at here, the intervals are 0, 30, 15, 20, and 5 and 10. Exactly how they're written up here. So now when I just did the comparator method there, now they're in, oh, sorry, they're already, no, yeah, okay, now, sorry, psyched myself up. Now they're in order based on start time. So 0, 30, 5, 10, and 15, 20. We're here at 0, 30, 15, 20, and 5, 10. All right, so now we need to go through. So interval I of 1. So if you look here, interval I is 0, interval 1 is 30. Or I'm sorry, index 1 is 30. If that's greater than I plus 1, so that's 1, and index 0. So if 30 is greater than 5, you're going to return false, which is exactly what happens. So it returns false there. Now let's try it again with the second example. I'll run that. And again, you've got 7, 10, and 2 and 4, but just running this comparing in method, now we've got 2, 4, 7, 10, and they're sorted based on start time. So this is basically saying interval 0, 1, which is going to be interval 0, position 1 is going to be 4, comparing it to I plus 1, so which is 1, interval 0. So 4 is greater than 7, which it isn't. So then, and that's the only thing we need to compare, because there's only 2 meetings, and so that will return true. And that is pretty much all we need to do. Let's run this through LeetCode, see what we get. Whoops, helps if I put the code in there. That is successful in start time or submitted time. Looks like we're not getting any faster than 33% and 39 megabytes, less than 44%. All right, so let's go through the space and time complexity. Okay, time complexity, we take a hit there because we have to sort the arrays. So if we were just looping through the arrays, it would be O of n. But because we have to sort the arrays, it's going to be n log of n, which is this line right here. But the space complexity is just O of 1, which is this green line down here. We're not adding any more space. We don't need any more space to run this solution. And that is it. So thanks again for watching. Let me know if you have questions, and we'll see you next time.